So for those of you wondering who Migos is and why you should care, you're much better off treating this as your first impressions of the rap trio, because looking into their prior work could probably lead to depression. But you're also probably confused about this.
My bitch is bad and boujee, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi.
What exactly are you using the Uzi for in this situation? Are you stirring with it, or are you using it kind of like a pan to cook with? Because either way, that sounds like a really good way to ruin a...
Oh, right. Lil Uzi Vert. He exists.
Who the fuck is he again? Whatever, this will be a good first impression for him, too.
To be fair, even though I really don't like the lyrics to the hook, it's got a nice flow.
Although the beat is... mediocre. Actually, I can bring up a point about most trap rap right now, since it's really prevalent here.
A lot of songs in the genre use this distressing chord progression that I'd expect from horrorcore.
But the vibe they actually go for, as indicated by the lyrics, is typically a bit more relaxed. In fact,
the song that comes to mind where the title at the very least justified the distressing progression had more of a triumphant tone.
Although it never really came to completion. Actually, yeah, that's another common theme.
Very few trap beats complete their chord progression, and if the rapper doesn't do it themselves,
or sounds like dog shit when they do,
then it makes the whole song sound half complete.
And yes, I understand the trap rap is supposed to just be background noise for whatever else you happen to be doing, but here's the thing. If the beat is boring and incomplete, if the lyrics are boring and half the time incomplete, and if the delivery is boring, can't really call it incomplete because how do you only half complete delivery of lines, then people aren't going to stick around. In other words, if there's no quality there, there's no reason for people to continue listening to your song. And in this day and age, people continuing to listen to your song is a good way to get more royalties.
To be fair, it's not like these guys are draining the energy from their voices,
but rather that their delivery is more naturally understated. I do like the fact that the hook is not really repetitive, but still manages to be catchy, so I can't really hate on it too much, especially when compared to... But then again, a song with a great hook can have terrible verses. Here's the first verse by the first member of Migos, Offset.
Offset! Woo, 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 woo! Records on records, got backers on backers, I'm riding around in a coupe.
I don't think the first part really counts as a line, but it does serve as a good transition considering he was the one giving the hook. He's a little bit less clean on the verse, I will give you that. But I do like the fact that he went up in pitch at the end of both lines, for lack of a better term. It creates a rhyming tone as well as the rhyming sound.
This is another one of those, I'm a drug dealer, look how cool I am type of songs
that I tend to not like. Look, I'm someone who likes lyrics, and most of the time a song like this isn't really going to have a whole lot of lyrics that are clever or memorable. And if they are memorable for all the wrong reasons. Luckily, Offset doesn't have that particular problem. He's just bragging. And granted, at the very least in this case, the material possessions are the point. So let's hear what his buddy Quavo, the other member of Migos who is on this song, brings to the table.
Hold phone, I'm dropping money out of space, Kid Cudi.
Okay, for those who don't know, Kid Cudi's a rapper who is known for making space-influenced songs about drugs. And that first line that Quavo said was in reference to lean or cough syrup. So, you know, drugs. It's not the most clever reference in the world, especially when you consider the fact that Kid Cudi's music is normally about marijuana rather than cough syrup or lean, but it does kind of work. The rest of it is mostly the same as what we've already gotten, but
it's not like it's particularly bad or has anything
that, you know, takes me out of it at the very least.
Run with that set, call me boobies. When I'm on stage, show me boobies.
Okay, maybe unironically saying the word boobies in a song about how much of a thug you are makes you look kind of like a dumbass. Although actually, now that I think about it...
Don't move too fast, I might shoot you. Draco, Bad and Boujee.
Okay, chalk this up to me being the nerdy white guy, but I can't help but think of
Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter
when I hear this line, and since...
My bitch is bad and boujee.
Thank you, Offset. Are you saying that Draco Malfoy is your bitch with this line? No, that can't be it.
Wait, he says he'll shoot you right beforehand.
So, like a spell, Draco's wand. And the wand is your gun. So, are you your own bitch? This song about masturbation?
Okay, I looked it up, and he's actually talking about a specific type of AK-47.
Which makes a lot more sense. Wait. No, it doesn't.
You're basically saying that your gun is bourgeois.
But a gun can't be materialistic. Because it's a gun. How can a gun be materialistic? I need to stop thinking about this before I have an aneurysm.
Still be playing with pots and pans. Call me Quavo Ratatouille.
That was kind of clever. Okay, I will give credit to Quavo for trying, but there were a few things that just didn't really work. So now let's hear what Lil Uzi Vert has to say. That is kind of a stupid name.
Yeah. She back to the bone.
Ew. Just ew. Okay, let me be fair. That first line after the
Yeah.
Stop!
At least he starts by talking about the girl after that, since that's what the song's named after.
Although considering the only line that relates to her is a line that gets repeated in the chorus, you could probably say that this song isn't really about the girl and is instead just about making drugs. But damn, if you're gonna set up something in the basic framework of the song, I'm glad somebody's starting there.
Wait, these niggas watching. I swear to God, they be my clones.
Okay, I do like the somewhat clever way of saying that people are copying his style, and the use of the word wait at the beginning and the way he inflects it makes it sound like he's very aware that he's going off topic. It's almost like he was in the middle of his verse, and then it's like, wait a minute, I just noticed something really strange. Let me mention that real quick. It's not the strongest start in the world, but yeah, I kind of like it.
Switching my hoes like my flows.
Okay, I appreciate that you're trying to brag about both your women and your rapping ability, but you know, without something else to compare it to, it doesn't really...
Switching my flows like my clothes.
Alright then, I don't know a lot of rappers who can use the same line to brag about two different things. Good job.
Keep on shooting that gun, no reload.
Okay, that last part was a bit random. I mean, I think I can pull it together with a double entendre, and I don't know if this was intentional. I think he's actually using the double entendre to go back to his flow, talking about continuing to fire off lines without really pausing, and also referring to being in the trap, so to speak, to being incredibly wide about it. It's a bit of a stretch, I'll admit that, but you know what? I can see where he might have been going with it.
I'll be honest, I really like the rest of Uzi's verse because there's a wit to the whole thing.
What's very strange about this is the guy that I actually went into this song having the lowest expectations for actually provided the best verse. He was a little bit more clever, and he did a little bit more with the subject matter, which I enjoyed. It's not like the other guys were incompetent either.
In reality, they're just doing the same kind of thing that everybody else has been doing.
Which I suppose could also be said about Uzi, but I feel like he did the same thing better than the other two did. So, yeah, I think if the beat were a little bit better, I might like the song a lot better, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay, except that part. That part can go die in a fire.